What's up, carnivores? Zach here with American Smoke, and today we're making a quick video teaching y'all how to transform your cheaper spare ribs into very beautiful, very pretty St. Louis cut ribs. If you've ever seen these at the grocery store, you know that if you want St. Louis cut, you get about half the mass and the price per pound goes up. So you'll get a thing of spare ribs and you'll pay, 15 bucks. And it's twice the size as St. Louis cut. You get the St. Louis cut and they're $17.99. Come on, what's up with that? That's not cool. So today we're gonna show y'all how to trim up your spare ribs into St. Louis cuts. It's gonna save you money. You're gonna still have more food to eat, and you're gonna have a new skill. If you've done this before, you know the value that it brings. If you've never done it before, we're gonna learn that today. Let's go ahead and get into these ribs, get them trimmed up right now. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna trim these down to St. Louis style ribs. We're gonna be making a video showing y'all how to make rib tips with the trimmings. If you do trim down your spare ribs into St. Louis cut ribs and you throw away the rest, you're making a huge mistake. So make sure that you watch out for that video, because I'll be putting that video out soon. But all you do is you just get them over onto your cutting board. You're gonna need a boning knife or something that's got a little more heft to it, just to be safe. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in here and we're gonna trim off this skirt. You probably do this on all of your ribs anyway. And you take those trim ends and you put them back in. Next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna come over here, and this is sort of the sternum of the pig, and you do not wanna cook your spare ribs anyway with this on. I've recently sort of kind of gotten into that. You're gonna find a lot of cartilage in this area, so you're gonna need to put a little bit of pressure on your knife and just go ahead, take that right off, just like that. So you can see that even though this is a lot of cartilage and a lot of bone, there's still meat on there, and we can cook this up and give you something to nibble on, man. I don't know if y'all like to nibble on that stuff, but I do. Next step is to find the joint in the cartilage. This is gonna be at the top of your ribs, just sort of runs just right below. So you're gonna start your cut. Make sure that you're not trying to cut into bone. You can see right there, that's cartilage. And then sort of just kind of draw with your knife a nice straight line right across the rack, and you'll try to just stick with that. This is easy because I've got a sharp boning knife. Make sure that your cutting board is also not sliding around. If your cutting board does slide around, a little trick that you can do is you can just put you a towel underneath it, and that's gonna stabilize your cutting board. If you trim your ribs and you throw all this away, they make medication for that sort of thing. But that's gonna be the biggest part of your St. Louis cut. Now, if this was a competition cut, typically what's gonna happen is you're gonna remove this bone right here. So you have a nice square edge. For competition cut, usually you're gonna do about 9 bones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If this was a competition rack, this would be where I cut them. Since we're doing this video this way today, I'm gonna cut them right there, just like that. And we'll put that in for our rib tips. So what we've got here now is just a really nice, squared off St. Louis cut. And we're also gonna be eating all of the other stuff that I cut off. Instead of paying for this at the grocery store and paying $17.99, where you throw all this on there, and all of a sudden, if you add this to it, if you add all of this to the St. Louis ribs, the price goes down to $14.99 or whatever it is. So $17.99, $14.99. It took me about 3 minutes to do that, so take your pick. It's not that much work, and when you watch that how to make rib tips video that I'm gonna be putting out, you're gonna say, man, I am never buying St. Louis cut ribs ever again. From now on, it's nothing but spares, and I'm gonna be enjoying all the extras. Now that we've got these trimmed up, really the only thing left to do, if you wanna do it, is you can remove the membrane. What you'll need is a paper towel and maybe a butter knife or something, but usually I get mine off with a paper towel. The way that I'm gonna be doing these today is I'm gonna be doing what's called a scoring the membrane. And so all you do is you just run a knife across it like so. That's going to puncture the membrane and allow it to accept seasoning into this side of the bones and make it easy to bite through after it's cooked, instead of creating that toughness that you get if you leave the membrane on. But this is just a kind of a quick way if you don't feel like pulling that membrane off. If you feel like pulling the membrane off, by all means, pull the membrane off. But today, that's how we're doing it. So that's that. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button for me. Make sure to also become a subscriber to my channel. I'm always putting out content. I'm gonna be putting out content on how I smoke these bad boys, how I make these rib tips. So that's something you can look forward to as a subscriber. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today, and I'll see y'all in the next video.